Welcome back to Toxic Tendencies. Now, typically we put out garbage week after week, but we've dramatically improved this episode, I promise. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
3, 2, 1.
My pee-pee is hard.
Can that be like our production company thing? Or you know how how DJs already have that thing where it plays like every song? It'll just be like, my pee-pee is hard.
Oh, I thought you were thinking like the taglines, like after like shows at Nickelodeon. That's some bad hat, Harry.
Yeah. Or like after what is it, Brooklyn Nine-Nine? It's from you on.
And then what's the Jimmy Neutron with the 8?
That's the one I was thinking.
Yeah, he's like, "Hi, I'm Paul."
Yes.
What is J.J. Abrams? Is that
Bad robot?
Oh yeah. I don't think it says anything anymore now.
No, it doesn't. He just kind of moves through the grass.
It's scarier that way.
Yeah, it's true.
It really is.
Yeah, ours could just be a flaccid penis, and you go, or no, he can't be flaccid. He's got to be erect because he's saying it's hard.
Well, no, it's a flaccid penis saying his pee-pee is hard.
Oh, that's meta.
It's like an oxymoron type thing. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, whose penis is it though? Is it Damien's penis? Because we need a big scale.
That wouldn't fit.
No.
Yeah,
it's got to be average.
Nobody wants to see Godzilla, you know.
Right.
Godzilla King of Monsters coming to HBO Max.
Yeah, Damien. It's not that one. It's Godzilla versus Kong. But I was wondering what Damien's getting in royalties from that, since
did the King of Monsters movie
his
come
member
out?
has the starring role.
His member.
7-figure contracts, you know.
Damn.
Wow.
Are you still doing this podcast with us?
Yeah.
How was the auditioning process for that?
Well, he's got his own lawyer team and stuff, so I don't see any of that money. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Huh?
You didn't sign like a percentage deal where you get like a stake in it?
You know, if he were to pass, I'm the first one to inherit, but I don't know if I really want that to happen.
I mean, did you guys have to? I don't know what you would actually call it, but like similar to like a prenup.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly what it was.
Prenup.
It's a prenup.
Prenup. No royalties for me.
I'm sorry about that.
You know, it's life. I just get to enjoy the ride.
That's right.
And so does he, if you know what I'm saying.
Speaking of pricks.
Oh boy.
We're down one man this episode again. But it's a different one this time. Ben is back in our good graces, and we'll leave it to you to figure out who's missing, because honestly, you probably can't figure it out anyway, because he contributes
so
the
little
least to this pod.
So little to this.
The absolute bare minimum. He just literally all he has to do is show up and talk into a microphone, and he couldn't even do that this week.
He barely even does this. This is Kelvin. Yeah. It's him. That's his 2 cents.
The spot-on impersonation.
It's either that or just something he shouldn't be saying about Elle that inevitably gets cut anyway.
Yep.
Correct.
Gets him in the doghouse.
Oh man, we should release that as an episode. Just all the cut Kelvin scenes.
Oh my god.
The Calvin tapes.
Get him canceled.
Ben, you missed out on a story Elle was telling last night while we were at their place. She told, I think, her uncle about it, and like he listened to, I forgot what one it was.
The podcast?
It was Yeast and Feast, I think.
No. It was the one
no.
about
It was the
her
most
ripping,
recent episode.
Yeah, about her ripping ass, and he immediately texted her.
He's like, "Why is Calvin on this podcast talking about your flatulence?"
I feel like they're the only two. I mean, Damien told his parents, who are faithful listeners, and then I'm assuming Blair
Damien told the whole world.
I'm assuming his sister knows, but like with Calvin and Elle, they just tell their family, and I don't understand why.
I don't think that's accurate. I think Elle tells her family.
No, Calvin told
Calvin's
us he did.
Calvin's like, stop.
Didn't he?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Oh.
She told his family, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she told his family?
I think.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. He's not here to correct that, so I don't care.
Hello, Kelvin's mom, if you're here.
I think the only time Calvin's mentions his family is, remember when we were talking about how nobody has any grandparents or a few grandparents? He goes, well, that's the benefit of teen pregnancy, boy.
Oh, man. So, Ben, T-minus less than a week, and you'll be homeward bound.
Yeah, I'll be hanging from a rope.
Oh.
Right. Sorry. Moving. Thought we were talking about the other thing.
You'd be wrong.
Oh, well, I can only hope.
Yeah, you sent a picture of so much shit. Holy shit,
Yeah,
there's a lot of shit.
You'd be surprised at how much shit you collect over the years.
Which
I feel like we had half this crap when we were living in California.
How long have you been in Austin?
2 years.
I don't know. I feel like it's different. Like, I don't think about it. I mean, it is different once you're in place and you're, like, accumulating just stuff. But now that Landry and I have our home that is going to be our home for the foreseeable future.
Until you have kids, right?
Well, actually, she brought that up to me because she's been catching up on the pod. She is also now a faithful listener. Hello, Landria. And she's like, why do they always talk about us having children? And I was like, I don't know. I called them out for it.
We talk about you guys always having kids because that's something you guys have always talked about.
Well, yes, it is inevitably going to happen, and it will more than likely be us first.
Well, what I'm saying, like, I've never heard...
Ben has children first.
But Ben has straight up said that he and Cammy would not do it. Calvin and Elle have mentioned nothing, and Damien has said nothing either. You're the only one who's like, oh yeah, I want to have kids. You're the only one who's ever had kids.
Definitely be the type of person that has, like, kids with multiple people.
Oh.
Sorry, Elle.
Oh my god.
Oh, Calvin? Oh, yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
What?
I mean...
What? You don't see it?
No.
I can see it. He's
It's
a
the porn
doctor.
stash.
He's younger. Yeah.
He's a doctor. What is
Well,
that?
anyway, my point is, yes, we plan to have children. It's not happening tomorrow. You guys talk about it a lot more than I do, even. So
we
anyway,
just want to make sure you're prepared.
Sure, I appreciate that. My point was that now that we have a home that we're going to be in for the foreseeable future, the accumulation of stuff doesn't cross my mind as much. But I get what you're saying and where you're coming from. I've moved multiple times in my life, more than I would like to have, and it's always like at that point that you fully realize how much crap you actually have.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
Absolutely. And we've sold like half of our shit too, but it's still all there.
So annoying. And we do it to ourselves. I mean, I'm accumulating stuff all the time. I've got my Batman crap that I've talked about on here before, and I've got, I don't know,
Landy
stuff
has
that I don't.
Business that trickles over
Yeah,
into the house.
and it's like stuff you don't need, but it's like, oh yeah, I guess so.
Parker, you brought up the Batman.
I feel like every 3 months.
Everything much you just need to like purge.
What? Wyatt?
Oh.
He brought up Batman. I was gonna try and segue to the next topic, but if you guys want to continue with the moving stuff real quick,
you can move on.
Well, because I was just saying he brought up Batman. I was gonna see how Parker's nerves are heading into the Snyder Cut releasing this weekend.
I got no nerves.
Oh yeah, that's this weekend, isn't it?
I wanted to get your opinion on it, how you're feeling.
Well, Friday afternoon we are leaving. Departing Grand Rapids Gerald R. Ford Airport for Austin, Texas. And so Thursday night, when the Snyder Cut drops, we will be watching the full 4-hour streaming release to get that in before our weekend trip.
I'm sorry,
but
that sounds awful.
I'm looking forward to it. I don't have... I'm excited for it. My expectations aren't high for anything, so if I'm disappointed, it won't be a crushing blow.
That's probably safe. That's probably safe to approach it that way.
Yeah.
I feel like you should approach every DC movie that way, right?
And I have learned to do that.
Are you guys watching it as a family? Like, is your brothers and father involved? Are you guys doing this as a group?
Yes, it was originally going to be a full family affair. Unfortunately, the two younger brothers both have to work, so they are just being left behind. But brother number 2 and his wife and my father will be watching it with myself and Landria. So
nice.
I think there was some desperate plea for, we've got to work that night. Can we wait for the weekend? And my response was,
no.
No.
Not even hesitated either. Just no.
That is correct.
Plus, your sister-in-law is due soon too, right? So
yeah, the other sister-in-law.
Midway through the movie, and then
that was another thing. We when they released the release date for Zack Snyder's Justice League, and we realized it was the same weekend as my sister-in-law's due date. We put it out there that this movie comes first. We've waited this long for this movie. This child can give us 4 hours to watch this movie. And then one of my other brothers asked if it was too late to change his middle name to Zack Snyder's Justice League. Or I think it was Snyder Cut. I think he wanted to name him Snyder Cut. Yeah, Damien, do you have any tips on... Well, actually, all three of you, you're all uncles. I'm going to be a first-time uncle, and you're all already uncles. Damien, kind of.
What do you mean? I held him this weekend.
Like a football, I heard.
Yeah, well, you saw a picture. But
like
yeah.
football.
Yeah, dude, I held him kind of like how I hold the average domestic house cat. I just prop him on from the head and neck, were obviously in the palm area, and the rest of the body was along the forearm, and I tucked him into my chest, and it's like, all right, he ain't going nowhere.
My advice is to not hang out with him.
Oh, I want to wait till he's 2 when he's fun.
When he's impressionable.
Let me tell you, Damien, they don't get fun at 2.
Yeah, they do. I just go, oh man, let's go play, and then they start throwing a fit, and I go, hey, come fix your kid, and then I walk away.
If by fun you mean running around yelling and screaming and throwing cars on you, games. That sounds fucking miserable.
Well, you can just give them a play catch in the yard or some shit. They love that kind of stuff.
Toss the old pigskin.
I don't think they can play catch at 2.
Well, hopefully.
It's not really catch so much as it is fetch. You throw it and then you tell them to go retrieve it and bring it back. It's like Damien said, it's like a household pet.
Yeah.
He specifically named household cat compared to the baby, and how different are they really?
Well, the cat probably sleeps a lot more.
Cats are independent.
The cats purr.
That's true.
They can poop by themselves.
That's a good point.
You still have to clean up after
you still got to clean up after them.
It's cleaner to clean up after them.
I think they're more fun when they can actually like move and talk and stuff. Right now it's like, oh my god, it's 3 weeks old and it threw up. Sweet. All right, have it back.
I think the sweet age for them is like 18.
When they're adults?
Yeah. When they're not around anymore.
Once you can kick them out.
Well, are you excited to be a first-time uncle, Parker?
Yeah. Nice toe in the water.
Have they decided on names? Or do they know the sex?
Yes. Yep. It's a boy.
Nice. Keeping that Johnson tradition.
That's right.
Making nothing but boys.
More or less for the baby on the way, Parker. I want to make sure you're aware going into it that there's no such thing as a cute baby. You just need to tell them that it is.
Okay.
Because that's what they like.
So I lie.
Absolutely. The mom is going to look at it and be like, oh my god, she's so cute, or he's so cute, regardless of gender, for any mother. Yes. The baby is not cute. Yep. It's disgusting.
When they're fresh, they're gross.
When do they get cute?
Never.
6 months old?
Never.
Oh.
No.
Man, Damien, these two are so cynical.
I'm not cynical. I'm just being real.
When they get chunky and they can actually laugh and stuff, that's when they get cute. But when,
Ben and I are the ones that's cynical, but also the ones with the most nieces and nephews. Do you understand what you're saying?
That's true. That's true.
Maybe we're realistic.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I guess I'm just a big idiot.
Oh, man. I want to take you boys back. Way, way back. Okay?
Okay.
So bear with me here. I'm going to set
For the dawn of time.
Not quite that far, but it seems like another lifetime. So let me paint the picture. It's March 2020.
Mm-hmm.
We have come back from a 4-day vacation in Austin, Texas, not too long ago.
Yep.
It's a new decade. Things are looking up. There's a presidential election around the corner.
Australia is burning.
Wait, question. What are you saying? It's looking up. Wasn't that when all of Australia was on fire? World War III was about to start?
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant died.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about,
this was looking up.
Okay, well.
It was a new decade, yeah.
Maybe not so much the looking up, but what was around the corner, even after all that horrible stuff, probably couldn't have been predicted by any of us. We're talking back BP before pandemic.
Oh, nice.
Nice is exactly it. I mean, it's been just over a year now since the shutdown. Like, it had just things were popping up about the 1-year anniversary of Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson contracting COVID. And
what a fucked up thing to celebrate.
I know, it was so weird. But there was like it was March, whatever it was, that they announced that they had COVID. What else happened that day? Harvey Weinstein was charged with his crimes, and the NBA canceled the rest of their season. It all happened in one day, and it was like so mind-boggling. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to talk about things that we miss from pre-pandemic, things that we haven't done in over a year, or that have been altered in the past year because of these things.
Well, I know it's been a little more open, I guess, if you will, this March and maybe February a little bit. But I certainly missed out on what would have been a pretty successful men's league tennis season this past summer, early spring to early summer. I mean, we were favored to win our division and go on to the state tournament and potentially nationals. So I definitely missed out on that pretty good opportunity.
I don't know what you're really talking about. I haven't missed out on anything. COVID doesn't exist down here.
Oh my god.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean,
it never entered the border of Texas because, we have all the guns to keep it at bay.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And someone's walking over with COVID, which...
Were you guys a part of the project to shoot the nukes at the hurricanes a couple of years ago?
I totally forgot that was a thing.
I seem to recall some sort of federal plan. I didn't know that involved Texas's armory, though.
Shoot the...
I wouldn't be surprised, man.
Cruise missile.
I mean, like, I know things have, like, open and close. I mean, like, the complete shutdown, like it was more than 2 weeks, but like the 6-week shutdown or whatever that Michigan went through, but like as a nation, we were on lockdown for a while there, and things have opened and closed, and restrictions have loosened up or gotten tight again, and now we're on what I hope is the tail end of things. But even still, it's not. I mean, for me, I saw a movie in the fall. I went and saw Tenet at the Regent Theater here because I knew that there weren't going to be many people, and it was the local theater and all that kind of stuff. But I haven't stepped foot in a movie theater since Wyatt. What was the last? I'm pretty sure the last movie that I saw was with you. It was Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, absolutely. It was a fantastic movie for those who haven't seen it.
It was a great movie. But my God.
I already set up the sequel and shit. Tails is coming, man. I'm so excited.
It's going to be great. But had I known, I would have been like squeezing in every movie I could have at the time. Like, I would have seen The Invisible Man at the time. I would have.
Dude, that movie, I watched The Invisible Man. That movie's fantastic as well.
I did too, finally. And I was so mad that I didn't go see it in a movie theater.
I miss our Salvino dates. We go to Salvino's, get a pizza and breadsticks, and go watch a movie and go home.
Absolutely.
So basically, you're saying the first thing you're going to do once you get your vaccine and, a majority of people are good, you're going to the movies?
No, there's no.
100%.
There's no movies coming out.
I will find whatever.
They're starting to move up dates. Like, some stuff just got pushed to May.
Yeah.
Avatar got re-released.
Got released.
re-released.
Oh yeah,
it's now the highest grossing movie of all time.
They took it back from Endgame.
Yep.
Now Endgame's gonna re-release again, and then
Probably
take it back.
It's gonna be this back and forth till the end of time, and somehow, for some reason, on some list, somebody will always put Gone with the Wind as being the top grossing.
It's adjusted for inflation. Yeah, they only paid 2 cents for a movie ticket, but that's like $400 in today's prices.
Gone with the Wind are the ashes of those who actually saw that movie in theaters.
I'll be in line for whatever movie's coming out once I have that juice in my arm.
Trolls 4.
So be it.
Dude, I heard that Tom and Jerry movie that came out on HBO Max and got released theater same day. I heard it was trash.
Are you surprised?
It looks like Smurfs all over again.
Oh.
I didn't actually see a trailer for it. I didn't even know it was being made, but I saw that it had come out, and I was like, oh, Tom and Jerry. I love Tom and Jerry, and apparently not good.
Well, yeah.
Great cast, though.
Stellar cast.
Who is in it?
Oh.
Chloe Grace Moretz.
Yep.
Colin Jost.
Colin Jost.
Oh, I love me some Colin Jost.
There's another pretty big name in there.
Michael Pena, I believe, was in there.
Yes.
Yes, that's the one I was thinking of. Wyatt. Yep.
The first thing I'm gonna do once I'm vaccinated is cough in my parents' face.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, just because.
Remember, we were talking about like if you had a superpower and what you would do with it. Ben would absolutely be an evil villain.
Oh fuck yeah!
What do you mean? I chose to teleport vertically.
Yeah, I know, but whatever ability you ended up just being gifted, if you were just like struck by lightning one day and got powers, you'd become a villain.
Yeah, I'd believe it.
The first thing I'm gonna do is cough on my parents.
Actually, I don't know if I'd become a villain, but I definitely wouldn't help people.
I don't know what's
It'd just
worse.
be self-serving.
Yeah, it would be definitely self-serving.
In addition to movies, though, I'd like to go to a concert.
Oh yeah, I haven't been to one in quite some time.
What is that?
A concert?
What is that?
It's a large gathering of people who go to be entertained by typically a musician and or DJ.
Who are all screaming and singing in close proximity to each other.
Breathing on each other, sweating on each other.
That actually sounds fun.
Sweating on strangers.
I don't care who I would go to, but I would just do the part that's like screaming in another person's face.
Oh, yeah.
Get yourself a death
swapping
concert.
drinks with people you don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, sticking my tongue down random people's throats.
Oh,
Not in like a sexual way or anything, just like a
just
germ,
for fun.
A germ-filled way.
Yeah.
Oh, Ben, you recall when someone literally did that to me at that festival up in Milwaukee, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that story. Tell it again.
Well, we went to, I think it's called Beer Fest? I think it's what the festival's called.
No, yeah, it's Summerfest.
Summerfest, there we go.
Well, hold the phone. Before we go any further, you guys went to, that was Summerfest?
2015? 14?
Man, I had just recently learned about that for the first time. I had never heard of it before, and one of my other friends, and I heard about it, and that was like something we wanted to go do. Yeah. Because I didn't know it was a thing.
I actually went to Summerfest twice that summer. Like it was the summer right before who was it? Walk the Moon. Like right before they started like blowing up. Before they released that trash song. What is it?
Anna Sun.
Oh no, that one's okay. It's Shut Up and Dance.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Then like Mr. Wives and everything like that, but.
Oh man.
Yeah. Just and then we had a good time there, and it was before we were booze-ridden lads. We were walking out, and some random chicks just comes up and makes out with Damien.
Yep, and I'm pretty. Their friends were filming it too, right? I'm pretty sure. Like it was we're pretty sure we came to a conclusion like she got dared to do it or something.
Yeah.
What did you do? Like when they started coming up to you?
Well, it was more of like a she pulled Damien around.
Yeah,
and, like
she came from behind.
Oh, whoa!
She did though. She came up from behind, and then
Jay, mute this part of the podcast. Jay, I'm sorry.
But no, the three of us were just dumbfounded afterwards. I, it was like it wasn't very long, but like okay, that happened, and then I guess we just kind of drove back to Ben's place. I don't know. Yeah, it was. It took me. Well, obviously it took me by surprise. But imagine if the rules were reversed there. You think your boy would be in jail right now?
Yes, 100%.
I don't know. You were at a music festival. I feel like more
Well, no.
things
Well, you got.
fly.
Oh, let me explain the stadium a little bit since you've never been there, Parker. Well, I don't know if it
Please.
was the main stage or not, but where Kendrick Lamar and Schoolboy Q, that's who we were there to see, were playing. There was the stage and it was nice and all, but everyone had their own individual seat. There was like no mosh area. Like that
Oh.
makes sense. So like yeah, it's not like your typical music festival like Electric Forest or Burning Man or whatever where it's just like a
Yeah.
masses of people bunched together. No, like you couldn't get any closer because you had to stay in your seat and blah 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 so on and so forth. So like yeah, like when it got out, everyone massed together because like you go back to the gates and head out to like this open like fairground-esque area. Not fairground, but like that's kind of the style.
Yeah.
There's multiple venues there, like maybe five or six, varying in sizes. So yeah,
Interesting.
it wasn't like we were all just sweaty and surrounded by a bunch of people in the summer. Like nope, we were under yeah, and it was roofed. Like it was open, like the walls. Like there's no walls, but
What?
it was all covered. Pretty sure, or at least where we were, it was. But yeah, it honestly really wasn't that big of a venue for Kendrick Lamar's School IQ, and they were kind of at their peak popularity for the most part, or definitely on the rise.
Huh.
But yeah, so and just walking out, made out with a girl for like 3 to 4 seconds, and her and her like three or four friends, one was filming, laughed and ran away, and I was like, okay, there's the one that got away.
That could have been the future mother of your children.
I actually
Yeah.
remember getting the text in the group chat. Ben, all capital letters. Some girl just came up and made out with Damien randomly, and it was just like
I do kind of
we were like,
remember
"What are we
that.
talking about right now?" And then they explained the whole thing. Damien's like, "It's true, it happened."
I don't know. I don't know. It's just something truly surprising like that. Has something to that aspect ever happened to the two of you that does not relate your homies?
Not really. I mean, no, not to that degree.
Yeah.
I've had random girls walk up to me. I was at a concert again another time, and one of them took. We were outside. One of them took the sunglasses off my face,
Hmm.
and then wore them on her face. I had no idea who she was, and then proceeded to leave so that I would have to follow her to the bar.
Ah,
Yep. I got my sunglasses back though. Don't worry.
that's all that
And
matters.
there were no interactions for like mouth to mouth or otherwise with her.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that, Parker.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
all right.
yeah, I was just taken aback by it.
Now, camera pans over to Landry, hearing this story when she's listening. Like, who's this girl?
Yeah, exactly. Let me find her.
Yeah.
let me let me look
Call-
on the social medias. I'll find
Calling
it.
Ticketmaster. I need all the sales from whoever went to the.
I love going to concerts. That's one of my favorite things. I miss it so much. I talked about the last movie I went to. The last concert I went to was Landy and I went to one just before Valentine's Day last year. Saw a band at the intersection. That was it. That's all she
Who
wrote.
was this said band?
Yeah, it was.
Said band was a group called Dirty Honey. For fans of, I am not one, but for fans of AC/DC, they're very similar to them. But I
Ah.
like Dirty Honey.
Thunderstruck.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
How many venues and like movie theaters do you think are like died because of this? I mean,
Oh,
AMC
countless.
AMC almost did until the Reddit saved them.
Yeah, countless live music venues, movie theaters. I'm sure are never reopening.
When we were looking for venues for our wedding, like prices went up $300 to $400 just because of the lack of not being able to do it the last year.
Yeah, I
And-
believe it. That's the thing too. That's like I can't fully wrap my head around. I don't think anybody can fully wrap their head around is like the ripple effects to come, like just on the economy, on certain industries, like we're talking about music venues or entertainment venues,
Food for
and
sure.
then just like mental psyche. Like I saw something a few months ago that really I thought was intriguing. I mean, we make comments now about grandparents or elderly people about how I don't know, you can explain away some of their behavior because they grew up through the depression. Like they
Right.
hide money in their mattress because they
Don't
went through the
trust
depression.
banks. Yeah.
They don't trust the bank. Yeah, like that kind of stuff. And you hear people say that all the time. Like there will probably be assumptions made about this generation because they went through the pandemic or they went through the coronavirus and like what that will do to this group of people. Will this period produce more germaphobes? Will this period like will we ever get back to like as large of gatherings very quickly that we were used to a little over a year ago?
Dude, I can see one thing that maybe you guys haven't thought of that is certainly being affected the most right now, and I see the numbers in sports are going to be down.
As
Just
far as
because,
like attendance.
yeah. No, 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 not like not going to watch sports. I'm talking kids playing sports.
Oh,
Like I'm
really?
talking K through 12. Yeah,
They've already been on the decline for years
they've already been. Hmm.
because of just numerous things where people. I mean, obviously, a lot of people talk about video games or just the entertainment industry as a whole, but I mean, it's already
Hmm.
been on the decline for years. If you look at how big, like youth soccer programs were, for example, and then how like they can't even field teams nowadays.
Yep. I mean, look at our high school, man. Like we can't even field a softball team, and we barely fielded a tennis team this year, and and I mean, it just gave the especially late last, spring, early summer, where it's like don't go outside. It's like okay, well then I'll play video games. And don't get me wrong, I love playing video games as much as the next 12-year-old, but I also like have a huge passion for sports. And I can just see that passion slowly dying out, especially with Gen Z. They're huge into social media and video games and whatnot.
Well, and there's also a part of the decline too is over the last what probably 10, 15 years. A lot of the school districts that are in, I guess, less, I guess, more economically troubled areas, they cut a lot of the
Hmm.
extracurriculars like sports, so kids don't have that introduction to them.
And if they didn't cut them, it's you had to pay to play, so it's
Yeah,
pretty much just the same thing. But yeah, the movie industry, like, or maybe even big festivals, I think are gonna struggle to bounce back. And I truly think sports are on the, what like Wyatt said, they were already in the decline. Most certainly in Michigan, they were on the decline because in my opinion, I think we were one of the states got hit the hardest from the market crash or whatever in 2008. But yeah, I think you're right, Parker. The ripple effects have not even been noticed yet. Wait for like 3 or 4 years afterwards, and like studies have been done, and it's just like, oh
Oh yeah.
shit.
Yeah. I mean, not to mention the people who survived
Yeah.
having COVID and like what their health is going to be affected in years to come. Like
Dude,
that, I didn't even
there's a
mention that.
there's a crazy fact that I found out on Friday when we were hanging out with Kelsey's family. Her dad is the only one in like his direct family, just like their kids and their significant others and whatever, that has not gotten COVID or the vaccine. I was just like, that's kind of crazy to think that like
Wow.
that's a stat. It's like, yep, I'm the only one here who hasn't gotten the vaccine and or COVID, and that's 8 people, and he's like, yep, I'm one out of 8. Never got the
That's
vaccine.
crazy.
Well, they're trying to get the vaccine, but yeah, it's like I
Yeah.
don't know other than like Kelsey's family that have gotten COVID. I don't really know of anybody directly to me that's gotten COVID. Maybe a couple.
I have no idea how I didn't end up getting it. I'm like,
Bro,
out of our entire
yeah.
group and everybody I even know, I'm the only one who had to go back and work with the public, and I've been doing it for almost a calendar year now during the pandemic, and I've
Well,
not gotten it.
you had like 2 weeks off or something, and then they said let's get back to
We
it.
had six, so like our last day
Okay.
was last year. It was on I think the 23rd. It was right before one of my brother's birthdays, and then we went back on May 1st. So I had 6 weeks off on unemployment and whatever, and then May 1st we went back, and then yeah, I've just been working. I mean, full-time hours basically ever since then. So
no vaccine.
No vaccine. Seeing people every. Well, I mean, at the beginning in May, we were the only thing in like. I personally feel like we might have been the only location in miles that was actually open to the public. So we in May we saw hardly anybody. After Memorial Day is when we got like just. I mean, we've been busy like nonstop since, but. May was slow, but yeah, ever since I'd say Memorial Day, I've been seeing probably at least a dozen people a day, maybe more. It depends. I like I tell you, there's definitely been days where I'll look at my boss and be like, dude, there's probably been like 50 people in here today.
And who knows how many people they saw, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's wild. It's going to be. I don't know. People are always like, we just need to get back to normal. We just need to start reopening. We just need to get. It's like, dude, it is not that easy. Like that is.
Indiana's open.
Yeah. Indiana's open for business. It's like, okay, but they're still gonna suffer the effects that we're suffering, and the entire world is suffering. Like,
Damien, in terms of sports and COVID, how do you feel about was it the Rangers who are opening at full capacity?
I mean, I okay, this is gonna come off as mean to the Ranger fans. They're bad already as it is, so attendance was already gonna be bad for them. So I don't think it will truly be bad for that stadium per se, because they're just not good. I mean, they're like the Detroit Tigers. Their attendance will be low, except for like special like days or whatever. Like so and so player who's been here for 12 years is gonna retire, and then they might put some asses in the seats. But I don't. The Texas Rangers, I'm pretty sure quite bad in baseball, and so I don't think it'll be too big of an issue. I think they'll probably average about maybe 10,000 fans, where I think it probably holds 45. I think it's doable, but I think right now for basketball tournaments for March Madness, they have people at least for the Big Ten tournament, but they're way up in like the I guess the nosebleeds, whereas like that whole lower section is closed off, so like there's enough spacing for like the players and coaches on the bench, and then like even the announcers aren't even on court side anymore. They're like up in the stands, like far away from each other, commentating the game. So I think it's doable. I mean, I think we're vaccinating 2 million people a week or something like that at this rate right now. I think.
I mean,
So
you'd know better
it's,
than I, as you helped create the vaccine, didn't you?
Yeah, totally.
You also have half the vaccine, which Wyatt and I can't claim. So
Right. Yeah. So, and I think the governor wants to make it available for everybody on the 15th of April, and then I think the president wants to make it available for everybody on May 1. So it's
that's great and all.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I have some of that sweet juice in my arm. But
you mean that chip?
Then,
you mean that chip in your arm?
If it so be it, man. If it means that I can not have to like look over my shoulder when somebody coughs behind me or any sort of BS like that, then give me that chip.
Like
but
there's
been so much talk. There's been so much talk and just like promises being made by everybody in this situation where I'm like, okay, May 1, this sounds great, but I'll believe it when I see it.
That's true. And the more and more vaccine options that are coming out, I think Johnson & Johnson's pretty much ready to go, and then I think there's a fourth one that's ready to come out. So I think there's more opportunity there. It just depends how much those companies are selling to other countries. So
Did you know from the man himself we wouldn't even be getting the vaccine if it wasn't for Donald J. Trump?
That's true.
He told us that. If he wasn't president, we wouldn't even be getting it right now.
He's probably right. If he wasn't the president, we'd probably have gotten it a while ago.
You guys are something else, you know that?
What did I do?
It's
called content, Damien.
It's called content.
For the creators.
Hey guys, smash that thumbs up button and
subscribe and like.
Smash that like button.
Yeah. Oh, you see, I was just about to say since we were talking directly to our listeners, I was just gonna say, hey, we're looking for more people to fill out this pod because it's just me, Damien, and Wyatt that consistently show up to this thing. So,
excuse you?
Yeah, you heard me. This episode of Toxic Tendencies is brought to you by the makers of Toxic Tendencies. Hey guys, it's Parker here. You might remember last episode, I was stuck with Damien for the ad. He just would not let me spread my wings and fly, so I didn't even reach out to him about recording this ad. Instead, I've got my good buddy Wyatt with me.
Chirp, chirp, Parker. Go ahead and flap those feathers. I'm so excited to see them. In all seriousness, though, we do have a bit of an interesting ad break here today. Go ahead and tell us what it's all about, Parker.
Yes, so this is a personal ad because we have an opening for new talent here at Toxic Tendencies.
Absolutely, we're looking for possibly a new co-host, someone who is available when they say they're going to be available. Somebody who is willing to help with writing, somebody preferably with knowledge of the medical field.
Not to get too specific, of course.
No, we'll take anybody, but ideally, I'm not saying that somebody's getting kicked off or somebody's gone, but that's just kind of the spot we're looking to fill.
The majority of this job just includes sitting behind a microphone and talking, but you never know when the occasional stunt might be needed, and an on-call doctor would be very helpful in a situation such as that.
You can follow us on Twitter at Tox Tendencies. That is TOXTENDENCIES.
You heard it here, Tendies. If you think that you're toxic enough to join us behind the microphone, send us your resume and a radiation test. DMs are open.
No nudies, though. We're all committed.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's for you LGBTQ listeners that we have out there. No foot fetishes here. We don't lick them, we don't eat them, we don't suck them, you know what I mean?
But if you want to send us feet pics, the DMs are open. Wyatt, do you want to tell them where they can send those feet pics?
Yes, it's on twitter.com/@DMANART.
Ben, did you get the house?
We were just talking about offer strategies.
Damn.
Yeah. Pull a gun out.
We're not submitting an offer until tomorrow. That's when it's due.
Okay.
I like Wyatt's idea. Just threaten them with a weapon.
Kidnap their dog or cat or whatever.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah, sell us this fucking house. You got a Glock 9 on them or some shit like that.
Bro, I know where the house is at.
Pistol up a couple times.
You want to just drop by?
We'll park in the cul-de-sac and just with the headlights facing the house all night and just look at them, intimidate them.
We're gonna do the scene from Us at the beginning of the home invasion scene. Like somebody with us is gonna do the clap like Lupita Nyong'o's character, and then we're all just gonna scatter and it's gonna be like, oh shit. That scene's fucked up, dude.
Anything for our boy. If he needs a house, we'll do it.
Gang, gang.
That's right.
To kind of close out that COVID topic and what I miss, man. I talked to our owner the other day and I was like, yeah, man, is this 6 weeks thing that we had off last year, is that like an annual thing? Is that going to happen again? And he did not confirm that would be an annual thing, but I understand that. Well,
so he didn't say no.
He didn't say no. We're gonna work on it. Probably talk to my boss's wife because then we can get her to talk to her dad and this whole thing. So, gang up on him maybe. But I know a lot of people had hard times and people lost loved ones and all that. I just want to put it on record for me personally that 6 weeks that I had off might have been the greatest 6 weeks of my life.
He was a single man.
I had such a good time. I would wake up. I just played video games. I just hung out. I booled, bick-backed and booled.
What a
didn't
time.
have to leave your house, didn't have to see people.
You got Taco Bell on Tuesday, didn't you? That's about it.
I feel like there were a couple times we didn't even do that, did we, Parker?
I was gonna say I think we missed a couple of those because it was like, I mean that was still very early, so it was like, am I safe to leave the house without a gas mask on?
Yeah, like nobody knew how it was transmitted yet.
Yeah.
Really?
We were
watching. Like, can it come in my food?
Yeah.
Or...
I'm gonna get it from the Taco Bell person.
I remember like 2 weeks in, I left my house one time, and it was it was like a post-apocalyptic world out there. I didn't see another car. I didn't see another human being. But the only thing that was open was like the gas station. I had to get gas or something like that. I grabbed I don't know,
those pictures of like major cities where it was literally a ghost town, like at the beginning of the shutdown, were just absolutely surreal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why you're talking about going to the gas station? I remember reading it was like at the very beginning again. People thought it was being transmitted at the gas station because everyone was touching the pumps, and you can't shut gas stations down. So I was like, I don't have to get gas much because I wasn't obviously going to work. My dad was still going to work, and I was telling my dad, make sure you wear gloves when you go to the gas station. And then, oh man, it's so nuts. Did any of you wash your groceries when you got them?
No.
I wiped them down. I did for a couple weeks.
Wait, but you didn't even go to the grocery store, did you?
No. The groceries got shipped here, and then you bring them in, and then you wipe them down.
God.
You didn't know?
Bougie as shit.
It could have been on there.
They still don't go to the grocery store.
Oh,
yeah, I've talked about that.
Yet he probably never orders from my place of business.
Oh.
I mean, to be fair, Landry is in charge of ordering.
Hey, Ben, funny you should mention that because you haven't been around.
I knew it was coming.
These fucking people didn't buy. They got their sofa on Amazon. Parker walked up to me. He goes, "You know what? I don't think Jeff Bezos has enough money." That's what he told me.
I hate Jeff Bezos.
He's telling you only one piece.
My name's Parker, and I want to eat Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
but I'll go to Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, because they do this. But Jeff Bezos, he has a good heart. I'll buy stuff off of Amazon.
Yeah. Fuck small businesses.
No, for the record,
they don't need to operate.
I do not eat at Chick-fil-A. I have eaten at Chick-fil-A. I've eaten at Chick-fil-A once in my life, and somebody else paid for it. I personally do not shop at Hobby Lobby. My wife does. And I personally use Amazon very, very little. And am working very, very hard to wean my wife off of her impulsive Amazon purchases. However, the couch that we are purchasing for our living room is being bought from Amazon because before I started the effort to take my wife off of her Amazon habit, she had put our wedding registry online through Amazon. I don't know why. I can't explain it, but she did. And as part of doing that, Amazon gives you like a 20% off coupon thing to use after your event date, whether it's a wedding or a baby shower or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then you get 20% off your entire order up to like, I don't know what it is. So because we had that, I was like, okay, well, if we're going to use this 20% off thing, let's use it on a big purchase. We had wanted a couch. Yeah. We talked to Wyatt.
Fuck our friend.
I talked to Wyatt. I spat in his face and told him, you're never getting my business. And then, the couch is not coming from Amazon.
Wow. Boy, how does it feel that 2 of your friends have done that to you now?
So, personally, Damien, they made their own end tables, coffee table, but they bought a sofa and a dresser from me, so that's, it's great. But then they got the mattress online. So, but Damien is the only one who's made a purchase for me. I forgot
That's not true.
You had a gift certificate for that. You had no choice, much like your Amazon thing.
Still not true. The gift certificate, yes, was used to purchase a chair, but as soon as we moved into our new house, the very first piece of furniture I bought was from you, which was a coffee table and 2 side tables.
That was the gift certificate.
No, it wasn't. That was for the yellow chair.
I thought Landry just bought the yellow chair.
No, the gift certificate was for the chair, and then the tables were on our own. We split those.
Okay. I guess I thought the chair... Never mind. Unimportant.
Don't slander my name.
I will slander your name. You're still a piece of shit, regardless of what happens. But what I didn't mention to you guys yesterday is I had dinner with my family about 2 weeks ago, and my brother and his wife bought their sofa off of Wayfair.
Oh.
What's
and
Wayfair?
What?
It's a online furniture store, basically.
It's like IKEA, kinda.
Oh, okay.
Like the stuff you can get off of there. It's just real you got to put it together yourself. So their sofa came in 3 different boxes, and they had to put it together.
Okay.
Also quite expensive.
Well, actually not. I mean, it's cheaper.
Yeah, Wayfair is way too expensive for how trash it is.
That's what I had always thought. Yeah.
But like with Parker's too, I don't know what sofa they brought. I was asking Landry last night. She doesn't know either, or she didn't remember. But I told her, I was like, I hope it breaks. I mean, that's just what it is.
I feel that. I just want you to know why I won't promise our business, but we'll give you a fair shot.
I appreciate that, Ben. That's all I ask for is a fair shot. What gets me is.
But I want you to know if we do purchase anything from your place of business, it won't be through you.
Okay, that's fine. I get paid off of it regardless, so it doesn't matter. The other thing though that has never made any sense to me, and I've talked to her about it on numerous occasions, is Landria will do this, and then I'll tell her, oh, I'm gonna just buy a headband off Amazon, and she'll tell me, oh, it's not the same thing because.
Yeah, I don't understand that argument.
It makes no sense because if I sell something or if we sell something, I get a commission on it, so I make money. But if
off of that sale,
just like if I bought something from her, it's her business, so she makes the money off of it. So I don't understand what the difference is. Just because she owns her business has more employees than my business does that I work at.
Yeah, it's a poor argument.
What is I just don't get it, and I never have. And she can talk to me about it. Follow us on YouTube at Tox Tendencies. Feel free to
only YouTube.
Did I say YouTube?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant to say Twitter anyway. I don't, I'm not in charge of the YouTube.
What about TikTok?
Are we on TikTok?
Yeah, Damien, how's the TikTok account?
Yeah, we need to start growing that.
Oh, yeah. Well, this just in, listeners, Calvin, who obviously is not with us today.
Totally forgot. Been with family all day. Okay.
Text us back after ignoring, let's see here, 7 text messages since 3 o'clock today.
And a phone call.
Oh, shit. And a phone call, that's right. He didn't do my phone call. And he said, oh, shit. That's my bad, boys. Totally forgot. Been with family all day. And mind you, we talked about this off air, but the 4 of us hung out at Calvin's place last night. Not Ben. Us 3 and then Calvin.
Toxic.
And sorry, you're in Texas. But we his girlfriend Elle, who we talked about earlier, mentioned that hey, she asked when we were recording today because she knows that we record on Sundays, and we're all like, oh yeah, 3 o'clock. And even Calvin was like, oh yeah, 3 o'clock. So I don't know. I got nothing on this one, boys.
I don't ever have anything when it comes to Calvin. I swear to God, I don't.
We spent, those of us that are in proximity to each other, we spent an entire Saturday evening with this man.
Mm-hmm.
We carved out time from our busy schedules to go and hang out with he and his girlfriend at their lovely home, and this is how he repays us.
Yeah,
treats us like.
I do want to give it to him though.
Yeah.
When we started this, we all originally thought that Calvin would show up to like 1 out of every 5 episodes.
That is true.
So right now he's averaging 1 every 8.
9.
Every 9.
I mean, sure.
But he said he'd be there last night, though.
Almost double our expectations.
But he said he'd be there last night.
I don't know why you're trying to defend him.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm surprised still.
If our one listener would like a little backstory on the origin of this podcast, initially a thought for the name for this podcast was going to be Friends, and Calvin, which implies that we're not actually friends with this man.
Yeah.
That was the working title for quite a while.
That's what the email name is.
That's what our group chat is.
Yes. So, I mean, truly, think of us.
Friends like these.
We've branded ourselves as a group of 5 friends, but it's really us 4, and then Calvin's just
riding the coattails.
Feeding off our success.
My thought process on Friends, and Calvin was, well, he's got his name in the title, and he's not that important. You know what I mean?
It would automatically make him the star.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We can't have that.
I don't know, man. Sometimes you're lost for words. You can only explain so much, and then you just don't know where to go from there.
Yeah, what are we gonna do about it? Just gonna have to move on, I suppose.
I mean, you can be quick to forget and forgive, but I won't.
I'm just baffled at the fact that he somehow forgot, even though we talked about it literally under 24 hours ago.
He hates us. That's the only thing I can come up with.
Probably. He just invited us over to his house just to shit talk us the whole time and then asked us to leave.
Yeah. Show off the whole time.
Yeah. Man, fuck his cat.
Yeah, the awful cat.
Oh my god.
That disgusting taco stand that was less than a mile away from his house.
Those fucking chairs were unbearable.
That fucking mustache.
Nah, he's got a beard now, unfortunately.
He grew it all out.
Those gross ass Jerry curls.
Ugh, he's so greasy.
Don't forget, at one point, we were talking about how all of our significant others complain about us, and Al complained that his head sheds like pubes.
His hair looked like pubes.
Oh
on
my
the toilet.
God.
He's like, his hair sheds like it's a pubic hair.
I feel like we need to like appease Elle and do everything we can for her because she's really easing our burden of having to deal with Kelvin.
That is true.
That's a heavy load to bear.
Bless her soul.
Yeah.
I guess we can thank med school too. That kept him pretty busy.
Yeah, thank God.
I feel like I guess I wouldn't do this if I didn't know him, but if I ever end up in a hospital or doctor's office where he happens to be practicing and he opens that door and there I am in front of him, I'd be like, yeah, nah, I gotta go.
You got like,
oh, I think the cancer's gone.
You got a stab wound. You're like, no, I'm good.
Oh, don't worry, doc. I can walk again.
Yeah, you got a broken bone. You're setting it yourself because you just don't want to.
Save your time. I'll pop this one back into place.
Walk with a limp the rest of your life just to avoid him.
I think I'm gonna start calling him whenever I have a health problem, and I'm gonna be like, Kelvin, do you have any good recommendations for doctors to go to?
I liked when you texted the group chat the other week about what'd you do to your shoulder?
I fetch with his dog.
I have no clue. It hurt.
Yeah, you were asking him. What did you ask him?
Where's my rotator cuff?
Yeah. You asked him about your rotator cuff. I was laughing so hard, and he's just giving like one-word answers the whole time.
I pulled it up already in preparation. I heard it.
Oh.
So Ben goes, Calvin, where's the rotator cuff? Calvin says, shoulder. Ben says, is mine torn? And Calvin goes, why? Ben says, it hurts. And Calvin goes, where? And Ben goes, the shoulder. Calvin goes, why? And Ben goes, see above. Then Damien comes in trying to be helpful. He goes, it's above your shoulder. It's around your shoulder socket, pretty painful. And Ben goes, Damien, it hurts. And then Parker says, get ready for this from us for the rest of your life, Calvin. Ben goes, Calvin never even gives advice. Damien just gave me more than Calvin.
So funny.
My favorite part was when Damien said, what did you do to tweak it? And Ben says, probably throwing Blitz's ball. And Damien goes, LMAO, that's just sad.
Anybody watching the Grammys tonight?
I didn't know they were on tonight. I'm boycotting like the weekend.
Yeah, they're canceled, bro.
Yep.
For real, though.
Hashtag Grammy so white.
I mean, I don't know.
Is that like, is Grammy so white? Is that like a hashtag for Calvin's slightly racist grandma? From a few episodes ago. Well, anyway, Parker, it sounds like you might be the only one watching the Grammys.
Oh, no, I wasn't planning on
Oh,
watching.
okay, all right.
Oh, okay.
I was just wondering if anybody else was.
Nah.
I remember when we used to watch
I haven't watched the Grammys in years. What's that?
We used to watch the Grammys, you and me.
Yeah, you and I used to watch the Grammys all the time.
We used to watch the Oscars and Emmys and shit.
I mean, I still watch those.
Yeah, I was on Twitter the other day and it was like, this many years ago, I couldn't believe it was that long. It was when, they screwed up who won Best Picture. Like, Moonlight had won.
Wild.
I watched the whole video again. You and I watched that live. And I will never forget.
Nuts.
I will never forget how awkward I felt. I wasn't even there. I just felt so uncomfortable watching it.
Ugh, what a weird thing. Like, I don't know. I love award shows. I think they're so much fun. I don't know. I lost interest in watching the Grammys for some reason a few years ago, but no, I love live award shows. That's one of my guilty pleasures. I get way too into it.
Well, it sounds like Damien's din-din is done. You wanna?
I'm hungry. I'm hungry, Parker. Send us off.
It's not even 5:00.
Bro, we usually eat dinner around 5.
Jeez.
What are you having for dinner, Damien?
We're having
that pussy.
No, we're having Nashville style chicken, and then I think
so hot chicken.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hot chicken, I guess.
No.
Hot chicken and what?
I can't remember what we're having with it.
Waffles.
Potatoes.
Probably some sort of potato. Yeah.
Potato.
That sounds like fun.
Potato.
Well, I guess this pod just revolves around Damien and his
food. Yeah, I guess we're on
so.
Damien's schedule. You know what I mean?
Always have been.
Supposed to start at 3. And now
He is
it's
the boss.
5.
Remember?
Hey, take that up with Calvin, Damien. We were here at 3.
I will.
I was the first one on. I was the first one on the last couple weeks. I just want everybody to know that.
I respect that.
I'm proud of you.
You get on early.
Yeah, like I'll usually like turn the computer on and have it like 15, 20 minutes early and just like be muted in the Discord just so I'm here and ready to go. It was definitely 3 o'clock today and nobody was in here and I was like, oh, this could be bad. And then literally all of you showed up at one time. It was so weird.
We're punctual, unlike Calvin.
Well, you know.
Fuck Calvin.
I guess we'll see what the feedback is on this podcast. If it comes out to be the best episode, then we'll know that we just need to cut the dead weight. Real quick, so Damon can go eat. Do we want to address our hiatus from the pod? Gotta make sure the money's right. Get Tim Cook on the phone.
This should always come correct with Tim Cook.
Need a fucking pay raise, cookie boy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Where that money, bitch?
Burr, the noise Damien's food's making because it's getting cold.
Money keeps me toxic, motherfucker.